You ever notice this? You can walk into a room smiling, saying, "I'm fine," acting like everything's normal, and your dog still knows something's off. They come closer. They sit beside you. They rest their head on your leg like they're saying, "You don't have to pretend with me." Meanwhile, people can miss the signs for weeks. And that's not always because people don't care. It's because dogs understand emotions in a way most humans forgot how to. They don't listen to your words first. They listen to your energy. And once you understand why, it can completely change how you see connection, trust, and even yourself. Because the truth is, your dog might be teaching you something most people never learn. Dogs don't get distracted by status, appearance, or social masks. They don't care what car you drive. They don't care how many followers you have. They don't care if you're successful this month or struggling this year. They care about one thing: how you actually feel. Humans often judge based on what they see on the surface. Dogs pay attention to what's underneath. That's why when you're stressed, they notice. When you're sad, they notice. When your heart feels heavy and you can't explain why, they notice. They're reading signals most people ignore. Your breathing changes. Your posture drops. Your voice loses energy. Your movement becomes slower. Dogs are masters of noticing patterns. And once your pattern shifts, they know something changed. Think about how rare that is today. Most people are busy. Busy with phones. Busy with stress. Busy thinking about what to say next instead of actually paying attention. We live in a world full of conversations, but not enough presence. That's why so many people feel lonely even when surrounded by others. You can be in a room full of people and still feel unseen. But one dog sitting quietly next to you can make you feel understood. Why? Because presence is powerful, and dogs give it naturally. They don't interrupt you. They don't judge your breakdown. They don't tell you to just get over it. They stay. That alone is healing. Sometimes people think healing needs some grand speech or perfect advice. Not always. Sometimes healing looks like silent company. Sometimes healing looks like someone staying when you're not fun to be around. Dogs do that every day. And honestly, many humans struggle with it. Here's another reason dogs understand emotions so well. They live in the present. Humans spend so much time trapped in yesterday or worried about tomorrow. We replay mistakes. We compare ourselves to others. We stress about being behind. We think about deadlines, bills, regrets, expectations. But dogs, they are here, right now, this moment. And because they're fully present, they notice what's happening now. That includes your mood. That includes your pain. That includes the energy you carry into the room. Sometimes your dog is calm because they're not carrying mental noise the way we do. There's a lesson in that. A big one. If you want stronger relationships, better emotional awareness, and more peace, start being more like a dog. Seriously. Not in a silly way. In a wise way. Be present when someone talks. Put the phone down. Look at them. Notice the little things. The tired eyes. The forced smile. The low energy. The silence that means more than words. Most people wait for someone to say, "I'm struggling." But pain rarely announces itself that clearly. Sometimes it whispers, and dogs hear whispers. This matters in everyday life more than we realize. Maybe your friend has been canceling plans lately. Maybe your partner seems irritated over small things. Maybe your sibling got quiet. Maybe your coworker who jokes all the time suddenly stopped joking. Most people brush these things off. Dogs wouldn't. They'd notice the shift. And that shift is often where someone needs kindness the most. Now let's flip this around. Why does your dog seem to understand you better than people sometimes? Because with your dog, you're more honest. You don't perform around them. You don't need to sound impressive. You don't need to pretend you have it all together. You can sit on the floor in sweatpants, exhausted, emotionally drained. And they still love you exactly the same. That kind of acceptance is powerful. And maybe what feels so healing isn't only that dogs understand us. It's that they give us permission to be real. A lot of people today are tired, burned out, trying to keep up, trying to look okay, trying to stay motivated, trying to be strong all the time. That pressure builds quietly. Then one small moment breaks you, and somehow, your dog is already there before anyone else notices. That should tell you something. Real connection doesn't come from being impressive. It comes from being attentive, from loyalty, from consistency, from showing up. So how do we apply this to our own lives? 3 simple things. First, observe more than you assume. Instead of believing words alone, notice behavior. Energy tells stories words hide. Second, be present more often. When someone talks to you, really be there. Not halfway there, fully there. Third, love people on hard days too. Anyone can be around someone when they're fun, successful, confident, or easy. Real loyalty shows up when they're anxious, tired, messy, or lost. That's what dogs do, and that's why they leave such a deep mark on people. If you've ever felt like no one understands you, remember this. Sometimes understanding doesn't look like advice. Sometimes it looks like quiet support. Sometimes it looks like sitting beside someone in silence. Sometimes it looks like loyalty without conditions. That's why dogs connect so deeply with us. They remind us of what humans need most: to feel safe, to feel seen, to feel accepted. So tonight, try one small thing. Be fully present with someone you care about. Listen deeper. Notice more. Judge less. Stay a little longer. Because the traits we admire in dogs, loyalty, awareness, presence, love, those traits can exist in us too. And if more people practice them, the world would feel a lot less lonely. Let's improve together.